shoot, man, I just had a eureka moment. Now this thing it's probably won't run deep to any of y'all, and then it's really not that deep. It was just kind of like I'm glad I came to the realization on it, right? Because it'll go and correct some things, and these are minor things that I'm speaking on, but they go a long way. All right. So I'm gonna just tell you real quick before I kind of forget by explaining how I started thinking about this and everything. But yes sir and yes ma'am. Yes sir and yes ma'am. I grew up in a military household. You know what I'm saying? My pops was in the army. You know, did like 20 plus years, you know, everything like that in the army. I was my adopted pops, you know. I know my story or whatever like that. But yeah. So like, you know, and yes sir, yes ma'am, and everything. Like, one thing I for sure remember, you know, that what he taught me, you know, and so it was just ingrained in, you know, habit. Anybody that was like older than me, not like somebody I'm in school with and shit like that, like, you know, I'm calling yes sir, yes ma'am, but like, you know what I'm saying, like my adults and everything. As a kid, right? So like, you know what I'm saying, I always like. And then especially when you're from down south, you know what I'm saying, you say yes sir, yes ma'am. But I remember there was one moment, like when I was in 8th grade, and and I went to I was going outside to go play or whatever like that, and I went to one of my friend Arnold's house or whatever, and his older sister, I think it was, yeah, answered the door or whatever like that, and the older sister was like, she was what to me was like an adult, you know what I'm saying, because she's like I guess early 20s, yeah, and we in 8th grade, you know what I'm saying. So like she answered the door, and then like, you know, like you know, she smoked cigarettes and everything, so she was in her early 20s, but she looked a little like older, you know what I'm saying. She could have looked younger and stuff like that. I'm just keep it like that. Probably shouldn't even drop no names, but nobody know who Arnold I'm talking about. But anyway, check it out. Anyway, yeah, like, so like I was asking if you could come out and play and all that shit like that, and I was saying, you know, yes ma'am. And then she got mad. She wasn't seriously mad, you know what I'm saying, but she was like, oh, call me like ma'am and everything like that. And then like I was like, oh, okay, whatever like that. It wasn't all that deep, you know what I'm saying? But what it did though to me is like, I was like, damn, I wonder why some people don't want to be called like ma'am. This is in 8th grade, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I didn't have to go on no deep dive and nothing like that. Then it was like the learning moment at that moment, and I just went on with like, you know what I'm saying, yes sir, yes ma'am, you in school, talking to teachers, like, you know what I'm saying, like people like in authority, or like, you know, like coaches, yes sir, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Right now, as I grow as a young man and everything like that, and now I'm a man. I'm not a boy. I'm a man. So the yes sir and the yes ma'am, it hits a little different. And my whole thing is, or maybe I'm like just like thinking too deep into it and stuff like that, but it reminded me back to the reason why I brought up the story with my friend's sister and everything like that, is because like now that I'm a man, you know, some people, like, you know, they feel a little weird, like, you know what I'm saying, with me saying yes sir or yes ma'am to somebody who's in authority or in like leadership position or something like that, like you know what I'm saying, over me. Give an example. An employer, you know what I'm saying, like I'm gonna say yes sir, but it's and then this is what allowed me to think like, wow, yes sir and yes ma'am is really signs of submission. And submission is not always a bad thing. Submission is very necessary, and practical, and it's just real life. It's just reality. You know what I'm saying? Niggas need to stop acting like y'all not are submitting to anybody, or like nobody's like you're above. You know what I'm saying? Having to be, say submitted to anything. You sit there and think about it. Every man every man living that has life should be submitting to the Creator. You know what I'm saying? Like to the Creator, to the Most High, regardless of religious and spiritual background and everything like that. We're gonna leave that like there. You know what I'm saying? Atheists too. Because when they about to die, they be like, oh my God. Like any other time they don't believe in God, they about to die. You like, who you gonna call out to yourself to save you? But yeah, so going back to it, to the submission, is we all are submitting. Man, if you go to work, you have an employer, yes, man, you are submitting, you saying to that. And that is not, and I want people to understand, because this is what, like, as I learn these things, and I mean, some things I'm just already completely aware, but I don't know, like, I think, like, a more deeper or connected meaning, you know what I'm saying, it's being brought forth, or like being brought forth at this moment, is that, like, okay, for an example, the gym I work at, right? Or I work out of, whatever. The owner, he's a brother. Like me, but he's a brother. Like in the faith, in the walk and everything like that. Like we're like we like we own it, like this with it. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm in the gym, it's coach. Yes, sir. Coach, yes, sir. I easily turn that off, you know what I'm saying, whenever we in a different setting and we're moving as brothers. You get what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm saying? And brothers of sons of God, you know what I'm saying? Sons of Yah. So that's that balance. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, and I don't know. I just have to say that because I don't know. Some tells me, or so I just be getting the feeling that some people don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? That like they think you, or they look like you cooning or you kissing up or whatever like that. As if I have to speak, as if I'm going to speak formal in every situation. I like, it's just not appropriate. And then it's like, dude, like niggas. Somebody go to school, what, how many years? Doctors gotta go do 7, 11 years, whatever like that. Nigga, I'm pretty sure, you know, they want to be referred to as doctor. Not if you, like, you know what I'm saying, if they're your doctor, or if they're if they're in an appropriate setting to where they're administering or whatever thing like that to you, or who you are to that person, and everything like that. But a real cool one and shit like that, outside of it, if they ain't doing they not doing their work and shit like that, man, call me by my name. You my brother, you my sister. Things like that. And then, so basically that's what I just kind of came into, you know what I'm saying, realization on today. And then when it also what maybe bring it to me is that I think in certain cultures, I know within Israel, I think at the age of 40 or 45 is when you're considered like an elder. You know what I'm saying? So it's when you consider the elder. So like, okay, submission to the elders and everything like that, so that you're just not going around. And this is a good thing, dude. It's my fault, because here's where the trouble did, or the thing where it kind of got me though. The thing where it kind of got me is that, like, now that I'm a man now, right? And this is what I'm learning, I'm understanding and shit like that. Because I still, like, I'm shaking off, like, you know what I'm saying, the boy or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, damn, nigga, like, you ain't catch on yet. I'm like, yeah, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to attach meaning, like, you know what I'm saying, to something for me to really, you know, understand it and walk in it and everything. So, like, but now that I realize, now that I'm a man, only people that I should be saying yes sir and yes ma'am to are not just people that are older than me. No, because I'm 26. So that means somebody 30 is older than me. Somebody 35 is older than me. No, it's once they hit that, when they're considered as elders, it's where you do the yes sirs and the yes ma'ams, unless it is a position of authority to where you are showing submission into that. You know what I'm saying? My higher ups within the security companies, whatever like that. Yes, sir. I don't give a fuck if damn, when I sit there and really think about it, the owner of one of the first security companies that I had worked for, I'm not gonna drop no names, whatever like that, but he was 27 or 28. 27, 28. Understand what I'm saying? When it was on work, when we on duty and stuff like that, is yes, sir. Yes, sir. If we having a formal conversation, everything like that, I'm talking to him like he's straight up, bro. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's finding a balance, and then knowing how to treat people with, you know, the proper respect that's deserved. That shit was like totally random, but I guess we could just call it submission and respect. Title it how to properly apply submission and respect in multiple areas of your life, or I could shorten it up, something like that, something along that. But that's honestly, like, I mean, that's just something that just, I don't know, it's in my something small happened, and it made me sit there and think. I was like, you know, Virgos would be overthinking and shit like that, and I like, man, I wonder if, like, you know what I'm saying, like, he if, like, you know, if this person, like, don't want me to really call him sir and everything like that. But I was like, nah, like, you know what I'm saying, like, he like you know, even though he's laid back and everything like that, you know, he still has, you know what I'm saying. And I was like, should I ask him, whatever? And then I don't even know why, like, these type of monologues or these type of stuff, like, be like just ruminating through my mind, like this, like small things, like that, like I always been that way, you know what I'm saying. And that's why okay, I'm about to get off because I don't want to start ranting and everything like that. But that's one of the reasons why don't get it twisted, man. Like I'm accepting for correction, because I love getting better and improving more than anything, even though, like, I tend to self-destruct a lot. But, like, because of that, I'm always, you know, like, my biggest critic. I'm very, like, hard, everything like that on myself. And you know, I'm trying to want to get away from that a little bit, but that's just kind of how my personality is. So honestly, I'm doing a 90-day challenge. I'll build more on that later. I'm trying to just keep it on the hush, for real. But one of the first things that I'm allowing, you know what I'm saying, well, one of the first things I'm doing in this challenge, or that I'm focusing on in this first phase of this challenge, is know thyself. Know thyself. Now, since I've always have been this way, I know myself pretty good, but for the sake of the challenge, you know what I'm saying, I'm doing more things, you know what I'm saying, to get a deeper look, you know what I'm saying, into me, you know what I'm saying. Because in life, a lot of times in life, things could get away from us, you know what I'm saying. We, like, ourselves, you know what I'm saying, like our goals and things that we, you know what I'm saying, that comes from within, you know what I'm saying, could tend to escape us, you know what I'm saying, run from us or whatever like that, because we're filling our energy, focus, and time and stuff like that with too much stuff of the outside, you know what I'm saying, other people and everything like that. And to where, like, as we continue to do that, and the more you do that, and you don't balance those things properly, or you don't, you know what I'm saying, you don't balance those things properly, you know, so you lose sight of yourself, and then you may have to go through some things where you have to like try to figure out who you are again. And the thing about it though is that we're constantly changing. You know what I'm saying? We're getting better, we're getting worse, or we getting worse every day. So, you know, over the course of years, just by compound interest, you know what I'm saying, you could be a worse version of yourself or a way better version of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Nonetheless though, we must hold on to that light, that purity, that essence that we had when we was a child, because that was real you. You know what I'm saying? Before you start having to deal with the stresses and traumas and all that type of shit, like and when everything was innocent, you know what I'm saying, and you was just being you. You get what I'm trying to say? Because all kids are not the same in that. You know what I'm saying? All kids are special. You get what I'm trying to say? They have in their own uniqueness and everything like that. So I'm saying, like, go back to that uniqueness and that purity, that innocence and stuff like that. When you was a kid, you have to identify that. You have to be able to identify that and tap in with that. Like, know that while still being a functioning adult and growing and everything like that in this world, and have, like, you know what I'm saying, and learning ways to having the ways to cope differently and everything like that, and all in order to protect that, you know what I'm saying, that inner child. Protect your inner child. Yeah. So damn, look, I'm just gonna stop right here because I went on a rant. That's like 2 different things in one video. Maybe I'll slice it up and make it 2 separate videos. But that's that on that, folks. Wade is out. Peace.